Chinese citizen journalist was sentenced to 4 years for COVID reporting. It was a citizen journalist who was a former lawyer. Um, Her name is Zhang. And she was on Monday. She was sentenced to 4 years in prison after being found guilty of picking quarrels and provoking trouble for challenging the narrative of the government, which often leveled against activists in the nation. Um, Ms. Zhang, a former lawyer, had traveled to Wuhan from her home in Shanghai in February in the height of China's outbreak to see the toll from the virus from the city where it had first emerged. For several months, she shared videos that showed crowded hospitals and residents worrying about their incomes. She is among several citizen journalists who are facing backlash from the Chinese regime for covering the coronavirus outbreak in Wuhan. So yeah, you can show the PBC clip.
Okay, that one is which one? I'm a little confused over here. Which clip is that? Do you happen to know? Because it's like I don't see it on
I
the.
don't. Let me double check.
Let me see if I have it here. What you said, PB? I'm sorry, I'm a little like.
Yeah, it's actually my fault. I did not give you the right.
Like I have a bunch of things here, but I'm not.
I will be able to tell you it's V3.
It's V3. Okay.
Yes, it is.
武汉人民医院的急诊科，就我拍了几张医院的病人的照片，然后国宝就突然发现，就在警告我说，你不要去这些地方。
家里是2个老的，都是70多岁。到现在我们没有得到社区一点关怀。快来！把手机关了。我叫你把手机关了，你不信我就给你发火了。
你给我发火吧。
我就给你。
可能是我内心有一种反叛或者叛逆吧，就是，哎，我觉得为什么这些东西不能拍啊？那我觉得这个是事实嘛，哎，为什么不能拍事实？然后他们这样一说，就提醒我了，说我要先去把这个武汉的事实让网上的人知道，去给外界的人了解武汉发生什么事。基本上每天都在恐惧中度过吧。恐惧的瞬间，比如说朋友说，这个国宝在整理你的资料，要收拾你的时候，还有就是比如说危重病人就在自己的旁边，自己有的时候身体不太舒服，就会担心说啊，我是不是染上肺炎啦
？So, yeah, I just want to talk over it a little bit. So one of the main points is that it's in Chinese. So unless you know Chinese, which is fantastic, what is so compelling about all of this is how authoritarian governments end up being. Authoritarian governments end up controlling their populations and putting people in prison. This is a citizen. This is somebody who decided to do the good work of going to find out the truth, and they were basically taken by the government. Silence.
Yep.
I mean, worse than silence, because this isn't just a payoff. This is you're not allowed to have your freedom anymore. So, oops, sorry about that. So that's actually more egregious, and I just really want to make sure that we understand what's going around internationally, because China is actually doing this in multiple ways. China has also blocked the arrival of a team from the World Health Organization investigating the origins of the coronavirus pandemic, claiming that the visas had not yet been approved. So they're doing their best to quelch any information coming out of there that is not the information that they have sanctioned. We need to be virulently against that. We need to make sure that we know that this is happening and that we get these people free at some point. I'm not sure how easily that's going to come by, because we are just people. We are just citizens here in America trying to make things normal. Uh, but I think it's important that we talk about these kind of things. And yeah, I mean, obviously, COVID is not under control in China.
Yeah.
It's just not under
Whistleblowers.
control. I mean,
It's like
yep.
whistleblowers, right? All whistleblowers anywhere get punished, right? Like you can't say anything bad about anything. You can't be in a business and say anything bad about a business. You can't say anything bad about the government. You can't say anything bad about anything. But if even if it were with the intentions to make it better, you can't say anything about it because if you do it, you get punished for it. What's the incentive of doing the right thing, right? Like that to me that really upsets me, man. Like you get 4 years for trying to expose something that's a problem. Instead of getting rewarded for exposing something that's a problem, you get punished for it. You know, it's like sorry, shut your mouth, go to jail. That's basically what they did to that person for trying to say, look, we have a problem here, we need to fix it, blah blah blah. And it's like I said, at the end of the day, it's this is something that I'm going to always say because it seems like it's a recurring thing. The people in power want to keep the power, so anybody that creates like any type of like friction anywhere, they gotta go. You know what I mean? They gotta be they gotta be silenced. They gotta you can't expose what they're doing wrong. You know what I mean? Just like if Trump, for instance, says something that isn't correct, if you say something wrong, he wants you to shut the hell up. He wants you to be punished for that. You know what I mean? So, like, a lot of that is very much similar. I don't want to relate to China because, the United States is different, obviously. But you understand my point, right? Like, it's like, God forbid you
Yeah.
want to try. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, I actually wanted to. Okay, so a great conversation here is about isolationism versus, I guess, what would be a more pro-democracy lean that I have. I have a more pro-democracy lean. Um, I am a socialist. I'm a democratic socialist, but I would say that I lean towards socialism. So I understand that Raccoon's isolationism belief and trying to stay away out of other people's business, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's very important that in these situations that we understand why it's relevant that we do not isolate ourselves because global viruses happen globally.
Yep.
Like we have to understand that fundamentally that in my opinion I'm that these things are going to impact us no matter what, and just saying that because it's China isn't going to fix the problem. So I think that we need to keep our eyes open for other countries as well. I don't think that we can go into this country and just say we're not going to go into China and just like break them out of prison. That's not
Yep.
how it's going to happen. Obviously, we're going to work through diplomacy. So I just don't want to fall into the plot that the isolationism is that you're not going to do anything. The idea that you're not going to go into a country, that is totally, I 100% agree with that. You don't just go into other countries and tell them how to live, survive, etc. But it's important to be like, if you're not letting the World Health Organization in, you're not letting the UN in, then yeah, then we have a problem. We need to worry about you shutting down people, silencing people. So that's all. I just wanted to keep that point in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No,
I mean, this is sort of a short topic.
I just feel at the end of the day, man, it's like people in power just shut everybody up. You know what I mean? Like we're supposed to play our role as the what's the word? We're the grease in the machine, basically. You know what I mean? We keep it running smooth, and that's all we're there for. You know what I mean? They want us to create and produce and do whatever it is we got to do and keep our mouth shut. You know what I mean? And that's just how I feel about whatever situation we're in. You know what I mean? It would be nice that we could all like work together and build something and create more technology and create more things that benefit people and create and get rid of viruses and so on and so forth. Like if they allowed us the freedom to do that, this world would be 1,000 times more advanced than it was now. You know what I mean? But because they want to do it at the pace that these people governing are doing it at the pace that they want it to be, we're hurt and we're screwed and we get jailed and we get like whatever negative repercussions